But after finishing 11th in the West and missing the playoffs last season, Mavs bounced back this year, made their first finals since 2011 behind a historic season and postseason from Luka Doncic. And some big trades at the deadline to strengthen the roster on the defensive side of the ball. So when you just look back at what the Mavs were able to accomplish this season, what are your thoughts on the Mavs season?
I mean,
they're okay. They need some. No.
That's real though.
I mean, they got to the finals.
Got to the finals. They got two dogs. I think they realize they need another playmaker. They need somebody else that could do something when the ball is swung to them and not have to just solely rely on catch and shoot. I think they need to address the defensive thing like all the time. But other than that, they'll be all right, man. They're young, two young bigs. But yeah, get another playmaker, I think. But
I gave them a grade of an A.
For the season?
For the season. Mm-hmm. I thought that what the team did with that roster, A. Mm-hmm. What Jason Kidd did with that roster, A. Right? Just like I said, going into that championship game, when you look at it, you're like, this is not a fair fight. Just like with Sproul, right? The team he had, the AAU team, the fact that AAU team got to the championship, right? That's what you got to get graded on. I got to grade you on what do I expect from you and what did you give me, right? And we didn't expect them to be in a championship. There's nobody at the beginning of the season said this team is going to be in a championship.
Nobody outside of Dallas.
Dallas. There's nobody in Dallas that said we're gonna go to the. We 11th seed last year, right? When we talked about when LeBron was supposed to go there and he didn't come, and we're like, who the fuck? We didn't get nobody, right? Right. So the fact that this team made it to the championship, being very limited with the defensive woes that they really had, it's an A, man. And now there's expectations on you, and what you do need to improve in is. You really have to, Luka really has to just get in shape. Not offensively. We know offensively you're a gifted mind, right? Just little things you do. There's little subtle things you do that lets me know, man, you're very, very brilliant when it comes to offense. You're seeing things that there's just other people that can't see, right? When you're moving, how to plant on this foot, pump fake, seeing somebody's body moving. You know how to manipulate a defense. You're not in shape to move defensively, right? You're not. And to get to that next level, you're gonna have to be in shape to play both sides of the coin. Because just like what happened, they're gonna pick on you because they know the only way to neutralize you to get you in foul trouble and get you tired. Because just like any defender, we know we can't guard you offensively, right? You're just that gifted. So we're going to have to beat you on the defense end. We got to get you in foul trouble, try to get you out of the game, get you frustrated on this side. So he has to improve.
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
A lot of ways, man.
Worrying the crying and all that stuff that you have to.
And not the skill set of basketball. Yeah, he has to grow in a lot of ways and not the skill set.
It has nothing to do with, yes.
Nothing to do with skill set of basketball.
And then P.J. Washington, I think he realized he's more than just a corner dude, right? So he has to understand that he can possibly be the real third wheel where he gets to create off the bounce and do a lot of things knowing that you're going to have the third or fourth defensive player on you. So you need to really work this summer on working on moving with the ball, right? Cutting back door. Like really look at this series, look at your playoff series, and just look at how people played you. Look at the guy who's guarding you. What did he do? How many times did he turn his head on you? How long was his head turned before he looked back to see where you were, right? You know what I mean? Those are the little things that you really got to take in when you're looking at film, right? Sometimes we just look at film like, oh, I'm about to get my shot here. No, look at all of it. Where you possibly could have got a shot, where you possibly could have drove and got a tip dunk and little things like that, where you could have ducked in on the guy. Those, when you're looking at film and you need to, go from averaging 14 to 20, those extra 6 points might be 2 back doors and offensive rebound to put in, right? And so you have to figure out how to manipulate that, right? We in the penalty.
Why you?
Oh, I didn't even know you. I thought you. When we in the penalty, and Luka and them got us in the penalty, and I got the ball. Now I know to be extra aggressive because those fouls. Now I get to the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Right. So those are those things you got to pick up on, and you need to focus on this summertime.
Do you see Dallas getting back next year
Back where?
to the finals, or do you think like this
No.
year was just they got kind of like? Do you feel like they got kind of lucky because of injuries and stuff?
I wouldn't say lucky.
Yes,
Well,
they got
well,
lucky.
not-
No, they got lucky.
Okay, yeah.
You think they got lucky? Who got
Yes.
hurt?
No, nobody got hurt.
Oh, I mean,
Denver Nuggets had to play the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round of the NBA playoffs. Everybody got lucky.
With a janky
It's a
calf,
bad
Jamal Murray.
It's a bad matchup second round. The NBA got lucky. Call it what it is.
But do you see
And
them
people
like,
don't understand. People don't understand that. Like when you go into the playoffs, it's all matchups at that point.
Yeah, they have
right.
to know.
You don't want to match up wrong.
Yeah.
Right, because it is 7 games. Right, so it's a grinded out, and if your players don't have an advantage, that star player could be neutralized.
Yes. That's
So it is really all matchup.
Do you see them being a big threat next year, Dallas? I mean, like, okay, say if they don't get the pieces like that you think they should. Well, first they're gonna need a bench, right? They're gonna have to find a bench, and then they're gonna have to. What'd you say, a 2 guard? I mean, no, another
It's a
playmaker.
third.
Yeah,
It's a third option.
guy.
another playmaker.
Don't have a ton of wiggle room as it stands. So
They don't.
trade.
They don't
like
have
money. They ain't got no
don't
money.
have
They
no
got
money.
they got to be creative.
That bread is committed.
They got to be creative.
Do you think that? Got him.
Oh, that was killing.
Got him.
Yep.
Do you think?
If he's still alive, he ain't happy.
That's the tip.
If he's still alive, he ain't happy.
Got him.
That fly fucked with the wrong one. But like y'all were saying, you know, for the Mavs to basically be able to improve upon this roster, they're going to need to get creative. And we can talk about the trade and that
quick
roster
like
improving defensively after the trade deadline. But all that bread's committed as it stands right now. They got to figure out how to wheel and deal.
I'm gonna just be honest, man. Like when they get to the playoffs,
Hold on, was you finished?
Would you like to say anything for that now deceased fly?
when Dallas gets to the playoffs, man, you really have to deal with Luka and Kyrie. Right? So it's one of those teams. As long as you get to the playoffs, like Luka and Kyrie's skill set kicks in, right? And you know, as you can see, they individually together they can carry a series because, you know, when you have someone like Luka's no different than like someone like Jokic, right? Even if he's not scoring, he's doing so many other things on the offensive side that he's putting points on the board, right? Rebounding, assists, and like he's putting so much pressure when they're on offense that they're gonna generate, you know, points that they can get past the first, second round. My question is this. As an organization, when you look at your roster and you're looking at your pay and you know you can't really move much, are you satisfied with what they did?
From what you have over there, you have to.
Yeah, like, I mean,
They overachieved.
they're overachieving. And I think that from an organization standpoint that,
Because we got two really good,
I'm good.
two really good basketball players who made some moves at the trade deadline to help us, and PJ and Gafford. Yeah, they overachieved.
I don't.
Like not making the playoffs last year to make it to the NBA Finals.
True.
Shit.
So do you think
That's
Luka,
what I said. I give them an A+ this year, though.
Yeah, from not making it last year, not even giving yourself a chance last year, to bouncing back.
We was not talking about Dallas making it to the finals.
Okay.
Not at
we
all.
were talking about Dallas making the playoffs. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Just
Making the playoffs, like,
Just
okay,
making the
5,
playoffs.
6, okay, but.
And before the deadline, it wasn't like
Like when people say, man, they played bad, they got exposed. Like you're talking about a team who was no one thought about Dallas past the first round, if they even got here. So the fact that this team did go to the championship, it shows you just the will and the how good some of these guys really are. We can talk about Luka crying and he don't play no defense, right? All we want. But the same guy who didn't play no defense walked through 3 series to the championship. And he just fought against a better beast of a talent.
And led the entire playoffs in points,
everything.
rebounds, assists,
Only thing he didn't do it in
steals,
block.
fucking turnovers, everything.
Everything.
Right? So no matter how much they want to laugh, I don't give a fuck. You can put any highlight you want of how bad the man's defense is, but I know if I'm him and I say this, for all the great defensive players y'all see out there, who stopped me? Right? No matter how much defense you gonna give credit to, he can say, who fucking stopped me? I have nobody on my team outside of Kyrie. Everybody else, you know where they are. Corner, picking. Who fucking stopped me? You want to talk about this defense and shit? Everybody I played with can't play defense either. What they were doing to me, I was doing to them too. Round after round. The Clippers, great defensive players, round after round after round. Bad defense. Made them look stupid. And that's going to be a true statement. Right? He is special at what he does. And as an organization,
You got to hold him accountable.
yeah, you got to hold him accountable.
You got to hold him
Players
accountable.
got to hold him accountable.
Yeah.
J. Kidd, starter, first and foremost. It's a respect level there that J. Kidd can say things to Luka that most coaches can't. Players as well. Just hold him accountable in areas that y'all need him to be better in, man. And I'm pretty sure he wants to win.
Yeah, he wants to win. Like
This shit hurts. Getting here and losing hurts.
Yeah.
But does he need to hold himself accountable?
First and foremost.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because there was talk even this posing some of his teammates being, disappointed with the lack of defensive effort, all the bitching. It comes to a point too, 25 years old.
You got to look in the mirror.
Yeah,
You got to look in the mirror.
First teams.
You got to be acceptable to criticism from your teammates. Go from there.
Calling people's mothers hoes during,
Probably is. Call her a whole bitch, right? I love it.
That was some Slovenia right there.
somebody's like, yeah, Luke
Love
Dort
it.
held him. Right, the man had 3 triple-doubles in that series.
Yeah, that's the narrative. Fuck, y'all going with that media shit.
Yeah, 3 triple
Held him. That man had
He
3
held him to a
triple-doubles.
triple-double. Okay.
3 triple-doubles in that series. Like, all right.
Jaylen Brown got a ton of praise in the finals for taking that Luka matchup. Luka still averaged.
He averaged 30.
You know what I mean? So.
And then the excuse is, well, he was averaging this against this. It don't matter, right? As bad as you're making him look, he's making y'all look real bad, and y'all are defensive players. So, it's one of those things is, as much as you want to hold him accountable, he has to want it himself. He has to be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I personally need to do better, and this is what I need to do better at.
Because he can do it because the games where he decided he wasn't go bitch and talk to the refs, he did it.
Did it.
Yeah. For those very few fleeting.
Very few, yeah. I mean, he did. It was too far in between, but.
And people don't understand is, once that becomes a habit of yours, you don't realize you're doing it until you see yourself doing it. Right? Just sitting there, just yapping. That goddamn foul, right? Come on, man, you're just not going like.
The ball going down there, you're just constantly back here. Constantly.
It's a thing, so you have to take the Michael Conley approach. And they're never gonna change their decision. Right? If they didn't see the foul, they didn't see the foul. If they called it out on you, they called it. So there's no point of even me getting emotional about something if I know the result is always the same. But I don't want to piss this man off.
It's hard though. That's the European mentality though. That's how they play. Like they do that. Like they just
Cry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're just.
And that's
like,
the
that's
funny
just
part.
how
They cry, but they call us the crybabies. Weird.
That's what they do overseas. Everything. That's just
Let
how
it be
they
known on
get down.
Juneteenth, Gil. Let it be.
Well, because overseas they can get you killed. They got the country.
Yeah.
They got the countryside. So hey, ref. Hey, well, you know where we are, right? What was that shit Jokic said? You're lucky we was in Serbia. I was like, damn.
Oh, for real? Yeah, for real.
You lucky we're not in Serbia.
Go to Serbia. Yeah.
That's a threat for that.
Me too.
So Kenyon, Kyrie, one of your favorite players. What'd you think about Kyrie this season? Obviously, in the past few years, kind of had some negative stuff following him around, a lot of that media-driven. But this year, it looked like he was happy, ready to play basketball, and really enjoyed himself in playing with Luka and this Mavs squad.
Yeah, and I was able to silence all the noise, man. Being in Dallas is a more laid-back environment. To just go down there and hoop and be out of the way. I think he's done a good job at settling his thought process, and his circle has always been what it is. And just going out and playing basketball, man, and having a stable situation where you know where you're going to be for the next few years. You've got a guy who you know you can rely on that doesn't require the limelight, and it's all about winning. And I'm excited for Kyrie. Skill set is what it is, man. We all know what Kyrie can do on the floor. So just being in the right, comfortable situation, I think, and knowing that this is going to be stable and this is what we have as far as him and Luka, I think goes a long way, man. And having an organization behind you that believes in you, that supports the person you are, not trying to change that person, I think goes a long way within the locker room and as an individual within the locker room. Letting you be you helps. When you don't have just that constant people griping about certain things, that who you are and how you're doing things. I don't think he's getting that in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So he's able to go out and play. It's not the New York media, it's not the Boston media, it's not the Boston fans, it's not the New York fans, the Brooklyn side of it. It's not the LeBron fans that hates Kyrie for leaving. So he's able to be there and just silence the noise. And that's what you get in this play. So, yeah, it's dope.